This is Jim Carson with the Greater Cleveland Chamber Biz-Talk. I haven't had anything to drink today. But no,
I was talking about it.
We were just talking about it. That's what it is. And I'm with Tish Matticks, and she's with Matticks Real Estate. And I asked her where her office is. She says Houston area. So anywhere in Houston, she's taking care of it. So tell us a little bit. How long have you been in the real estate business, Tish?
Actually, this month makes 38 years.
Really?
38 years, and my offices are in Katy, Houston, and in Cold Spring.
Okay.
Physical offices.
Okay.
So I have agents in, and I started my career in my 20s, and I'm now in my
30s.
50s. I'm not one of those females that are afraid to say my age. My husband and I, we never had kids. We've been married for 27 years. We never had children. So I think when you have children, it ages you by 20 years. So I think I'm already ahead of the game on that.
So where, what do you specialize in any type? Is it just commercial? Or
we do everything. We do residential and commercial. We work with investors, and we do a lot of property management.
Okay.
Now, that's what makes me unique from the others that are in Cold Spring, is that I do property management, and we manage over 700 properties, and not one of them are a trailer park, not one is an apartment complex. And it's not that I don't want to rent to those or want to manage those.
Sure.
But every property that I pick up or I talk to, I actually have to go physically look at these properties to see if I want them, because it's an old saying, a slumlord.
Yeah.
I don't want to be on the news, or I don't want to be in court because we didn't do something. When we do property management, and that goes for anybody, even if you're not a real estate agent or you don't have a license, you're just an individual landlord, even you, if you're going to manage a property yourself, it's your own property, the courts are not going to forgive you and say, well, you're naive and you don't know any better. Oh no. Once you decide to become a business, they want you to know the rules. And the rule is, you have to make sure that whoever you put into your property, that it follows the safety and hazard area, that it's safe for them, it's a non-hazardous. And if it's any of those, what you do is you give a checklist to the landlord to be, and tell them you follow these rules, do this checklist, and if you do it, I will be more than happy to come in and manage your property. But if not, I have a Texas real estate license, I have a brokerage real estate license, and I have an instructor's real estate license, because I write courses for real estate property management for TREC, and they've been approved, and we teach that. I'm also on the state board for the Texas Real Estate Teachers Association, and we're instructors that teach in universities and colleges and just individual public and private schools. I've been teaching for 29 years for KDISD community education, which is adult classes. And I'm trying to bring that out here to the Cold Spring area so we can educate some of these adults, because, I think the best job you can have is one that you create yourself. If you think outside the box, you never have to worry about where your money's going to come from, because if you're a hard worker, you could create your own job.
Yes.
And, people tell me, well, Tisha, you're always teaching other people. Why are you teaching them what you know? Isn't that creating competition for you? No. I would much rather work with people that know what I know, or that's willing to learn, than to work with somebody that just wants to fly by and be an overnight success. And there is no such thing.
Right.
Even me at my age, I'm 59, and I am still learning. When I have courses, I actually learn from students too. I'm not just teaching them, they teach me. And one of the reasons I really, really wanted to get into real estate education is that, again, I have no children. So my legacy stops right there. When I'm gone, I'm gone. But what if I come across people and I teach them, and then they'll go across other people and they'll say, you know what, I remember somebody that taught me that years ago, and that's how I can keep my legacy going, is through knowledge and education.
Sure.
And to me, I like it. I love teaching.
That's great. What made you choose Cold Spring versus Cleveland?
Well, I drove through Cleveland. It's very, very nice out here.
Yeah.
Well, my husband's family, they're part of the co-founders of Cold Spring and of Kemah.
Okay.
My husband's family is part of the Kipp family and the Johnson family. So the Johnson estate out in Cold Spring, there was acres and acres, and it's on the historical books there. They had land grants that was given out to the Johnson family, and currently my husband, they still have some of that land. And their name is even at the jailhouse in Cold Spring. I don't want to know why it's at the jailhouse, but it is at the jailhouse out there. But no, that's why. And so we decided to just go ahead and get some property. So we have a house at Cape Real.
Okay.
And we sell out there. We sell at Point Blank, all over. I mean, we literally go all over. I said this earlier, I'm an Uber driver without a passenger because I'm always driving all over the place.
Sure.
So I don't have any agent do something that I wouldn't do. So, and we got to keep it safe for the agents.
How many agents do you have under you right now with all your offices?
It's not so much the agents that we have as the staff that we have. So we have a full staff at every office.
Okay.
And then every office, we make sure we have at least 2 to 3 agents.
Okay.
Because if you have a huge office, it's wonderful, but then, you got it. How many agents really know their brokers?
Right.
I have agents that can call me at midnight, and I don't care, because I have owners that are over the globe. I mean, I have owners that call me from Australia. We're on different time zones. I've been to Spain, and I've had issues happen here in Texas that they're calling me while I'm in Spain. I said, it's okay, let me get on the phone. And the thing is, when you get on the phone in the business that I'm in, I can pick up anybody, any contractor that I have. They'll just go out on the spot, and I'm not there with a check to pay them.
Right.
They know that you get paid after you do the job. You get paid after I do the inspection myself, and it's not really an inspection, it's an evaluation, because I'm not a licensed inspector.
Okay.
So I have to call it an evaluation.
Sure.
And that's how they get paid. And they trust me. They trust me, and so I make sure all my debts are paid. And that's the kind of clientele I have on the vendor side, on the landlord side. And when the landlords call me, it's ultimately their decision how they want to do things or who they want to put in their house. And their question is always the same. Well, Tisha, what would you do? Because my husband and I, we own properties too. We own rental properties ourselves, and we have VRBOs, which are vacation home rentals. And they said, well, what would you do? I said, okay, based on that, send me that by email, because everything is email or text. They could call me, that's wonderful, but calls are not that secure. I'd rather have it in writing.
Right.
That way it goes in their file. Because what does text and this is what I tell students, what does text and emails represent? Evidence.
Right.
Right? So, and with our line of business, we have to make sure that we keep perfect record of everything, ledgers of everything. When we go to court, in my 15 years, and for property management, it's excellent. In my 15 years, I've only had 12 evictions. One of those evictions was with one person twice.
Okay.
Because the owner insisted on renting to them again because they paid him money at the courthouse.
Okay.
I said, don't do that. 3 months later, we ended up having to evict them again.
Right.
So
how can they get a hold of you if they want to?
yes, well,
you?
they could call me directly at 281-782-7252. That's my cell phone, my text, 24/7. And my office in Cold Spring is 936-391-8881. My office in Houston is 281-578-8881 or 579-8881. And you notice I made sure to buy all those 8881 numbers.
Yeah, I saw.
Oh, yeah.
And how about Katie?
Katie, well, that's part of the
Okay.
Houston and Katie, those are it, yes.
So what's 8881? Well, I mean, why do you like 8881?
Because AT&T gave it to me years ago, almost 30 years ago. I thought, well, I'm used to it. Let me just continue it.
Oh, that's great.
So when I came here to Cold Spring, they had an 8881 number for $500 or one for $5. Which one do you think I bought?
5.
Of course.
Good.
So it's stuck. So that's what we do. And we also do estate sales.
Okay.
We do estate sales. So it's a little harder when you're in a private subdivision because they don't allow us to go in there.
Right.
But we do estate sales and anything under the sun of real estate, we do it. Anything. My background is accounting. I actually went to college for accounting.
Okay.
Never became an accountant, never became a CPA, but it's helped me through my entire life.
Sure.
Yeah. And I love it. I love doing real estate. And we do a lot of free courses. We offer a lot of free courses to the community. Regardless, and if you have something you want to learn about, call me. Because we have 98 courses. On a regular basis, we teach like 42.
Okay.
But we have 98 courses, and we teach them online or offline.
Okay.
And I'll do a one-on-one with people as well. including the VRBOs.
How long you been a member of our chamber?
I actually just signed up today.
Oh!
I just signed up
You're our
today.
newest member. Welcome.
That's right. That's right.
Thank you.
I'm
We
a
appreciate
go-getter.
you.
Yes.
That's great.
Thank you for the opportunity. But I'm also a member of the Cold Spring Chamber.
Sure.
I'm on the board there,
Right.
and I just recently became the president of CABMA, which is the association. It's the Cold Spring Area Business Association.
Okay.
So I just became president there as well.
Good.
And like I said, I'm with the state board for the Texas Real Estate Teachers Association. And we meet once a year for a big conference. We have people that come from all over the U.S. to come and speak at our organization.
Okay. Well, welcome to our chamber, and we're glad to have a professional like you in there.
Thank you, and thank you for having me. I really appreciate this.
Thank you.